Hello and welcome, Illumineers. Today we're going to be going over the first of two of the Chapter 2 starter decks. This one is going to be Gaston and the Queen, the Amber and the Sapphire one. We're going to start with a short deck tech, then some gameplay, and at the end I'll give you some potential cards or some ideas that could help improve the deck. Alright, enjoy! Alright, so we're going to start with a short little deck tech here going over all of the cards. So first, in the 1-drop slot for Sapphire, we got Owl, just your basic vanilla 2/2. We got Popsicle, that kind of plays into the item theme that we'll see going on here. We got 3 of those. 3 Cruella de Vil, gives this character evasion during your turn. Gumbo, removes 1 damage from 2 characters. There's a lot of healing I've noticed in Sapphire so far. Phil from the last set with support. Belle to make your items cheaper. You only got 1 of them. Also from the last set too. Fang Crossbow allows you to banish a dragon character. You'd probably more use it for its -2 in strength. We got Judy Hopps, which lets you banish another item and that player draw a card. Probably going to use that on ourselves. Launch. Banish an item, deal 5 damage. Winnie the Pooh is a little bit of a ramp card. 4 dozen eggs gives your characters resist. It's also nice that it's singable. Hiram is a great card for sacrificing your own items and then drawing off of it. The Knock is, honestly, I ended up just adding that into the Inkwell more often than not when I've done the little bit of playtesting with it before this. And then Gaston is your first of your face cards on the starter deck. Shift 4. And then when you play him, you get to look at the top 3 cards. You can put 1 into your hand and the rest on the bottom in any order. Pretty decent. And then for Amber, we have the Queen, which is just your vanilla 1/1 again. We got the Grand Duke, who adds strength to all of your princes, princesses, kings, and queens. We got LeFou, who makes it cheap, who's cheaper if you have a Gaston in play. Painting the Roses red, removes some strength, lets you draw a card. Sleepy is the first of your dwarves. It's cool that he enters Exerted too, something you haven't really seen yet. Sneezy, giving your opponent's characters -1 strength whenever he enters or one of your other dwarves enters, and there's a bunch of dwarves in this. The Snow White that heals. Doc is another dwarf. Makes the next character cost 1 less when you quest with him. Dopey, when he is banished, he gives your characters +2. Gaston is a singer 5. I don't think there's like that many songs in this deck. There's maybe 1 or 2. So, but pretty powerful singer moving forward. You can sing Let It Go, so that's always good. Bashful, can't quest unless you have another dwarf, which is pretty easy to do. And your other 7 dwarves get +1 strength when Grumpy's out there, so having multiple Grumpies makes them pretty powerful. And then Happy with support. And then the Queen is our other foil face card when you buy the starter deck. Shift 2, so that makes her a lot easier to play when you have a 1-drop, so you can get her out technically on turn 3 if it works out that way. And whenever it quests, chosen opposing character gets -4 strength this turn, and your chosen character gets +4 strength, so that'll be a free kill basically. And then Christopher Robin, whenever you ready this character, if you have 2 or more others, gain 2 lore. So pretty solid deck. I think the main idea is just get a bunch of stuff out there, a lot of your dwarves out. And then a small item theme from the Sapphire. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so we are going second. Let's look at this hand. Excuse me, sorry for that little clearing of the throat. Let's look. I mean, we got a lot of low drops. Get into Christopher Robin later, maybe. Yeah, let's just keep it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, might as well. I'm playing in ranked this first little bit here, just to see how it compares against like the quote-unquote meta decks. The set's only been out for a little bit, so we'll see how meta these things really end up being. Okay, he's got a sword into the Inkwell. So Ruby and what? Who do we want to play? Let's see, do we want to play... Oh, let's turn on my desktop audio so you can hear. Okay, let's see. Who do we want to play? We got another owl, so we'll put this owl into the Inkwell. And let's get out the Queen and pass. And they did nothing on their turn. So let's see what they end up doing. Looking at our vanilla Queen card, that's definitely going to get them. A lot of stuff. Okay, Aladdin into the Inkwell. So, are we playing like a Ruby challenge-based deck? Or something completely different? That's the real question. Okay, what is our next play? I really want to get the Popsicle out, honestly. If we get Popsicle out next turn, and we could put the Owl out as well, and then get ready to get into Christopher Robin, so that means we'd put Knock into our Inkwell, which is fine with me. Sorry about that. Is the music still on for this? No. Okay, sorry. It was them. They definitely made a bunch of noise by taking forever. So they played a Megra. Okay, cool. Not doing a whole lot there, so let's put the Knock in our Inkwell. We got a Sneezy, which is kind of cool, but we're gonna do our same plan. We're gonna put out Popsicle first. Select its ability. We got another Popsicle. Honestly, I'm really tempted to just play the other Popsicle and keep drawing. And then next turn we can put Owl into the Inkwell. Yeah, I like that plan. Let's draw again. And we get another Sneezy. Let's quest and pass. Ooh, I should adjust. Sorry, I'm learning where I should put my stuff on this. We're gonna move my camera a little bit. Thank you for bearing with me. This is the first video, so I get some gimmies. We'll put it over here. Mid-video adjustments. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got. So our idea was Owl into the Inkwell. And then we go Judy to draw. Get rid of our Popsicle. Because as of right now, we're not super worried about the damage back, like the removal of damage on our characters right now. Because our combat as of right now is even, so it's not like one of ours is going to stick around for a little bit, and we want to save that. If anything, we'd save her for Christopher Robin later, but we're still a ways away from that ink. Okay, Captain into the Inkwell. It looks like they're playing the starter deck from Chapter 1, honestly. This looks like the Ruby Emerald starter deck. So, that's interesting. Okay, they're questing with Aladdin and questing with Megra. Okay. So let's put LeFou into the Inkwell. And then we have two we can play. So we're gonna put Sneezy out to give -1 to, because with Ward can't do that. So we'll just do it to Megra, so we can just kill Megra without losing one of ours. And then we will challenge here. Save our queen. And then we'll quest with Judy for 2. And pass. Right, that play worked out pretty well. So sequencing in that situation is important. It would have been really easy to just be like, oh, I'm just going to play the Sneezy on then, or play the Sleepy on then play the Sneezy. But then we would have missed out on saving one of our characters and potentially trading with them moving forward. So let's see what they do here. If they decide they want to, okay, giving +2, does that mean they're going to take out Judy or Sleepy is the question. Let's see what they do, if anything. So this is definitely the Chapter 1 starter deck. Okay, so they take out Judy, which is fine. It's not a big deal at all. Honestly, I would have taken out Sleepy to get, clearly I've got a Seven Dwarfs theme here, but I guess if they're playing with the starter deck, maybe they don't know that. Okay, now we get the tough decision. We put Grumpy into the Inkwell to get out Happy. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Grumpy into the Inkwell, Happy out. Sure, we'll just give Happy -1. Because we can't target Aladdin, and then we're just going to quest away. And pass. Because they're going to have to start dealing with our characters. And the dwarves have pretty high willpower compared to what they have right now. So that should help us moving forward. Okay, here comes the evade. Oh no, that went into the Inkwell. So evasion not coming right now. Oh no, it did. Here's Pogo. So that's fine. We saved the launch for a situation like this. If anything too, we're pretty far ahead on the lore, so we could save it to see if they have something a little harder to deal with. Or we just try and get it out of the way right away. Let's see, we get another Sneezy. So I think we put Grumpy into the Inkwell because we're not super worried about our combat strength right now. And we're gonna, yeah, we'll deal with Pogo later. We're gonna put out Christopher Robin now. And then we're gonna handle, we're gonna take care of Aladdin now. So we'll just trade with the Queen. And then we'll quest with the rest. Yeah. No, sure, we'll give support there. Okay. There you go. So we're pulling ahead a little bit here. So I guess that shows Chapter 2's starter deck is a little stronger than Chapter 1's, or they're just not getting the draws that they wanted. But as of right now, the deck's kind of doing what it's supposed to do. We had some good early item stuff, and now we're kind of chugging away with our dwarves and just having a bunch of characters out. Okay, we got Iago. That's the one he gives chosen character Reckless. Yeah, so not super. Not something we have to deal with right now. Oh, sweet. And then we have Cruella de Vil. So that's a pretty awesome draw. Cruella's going to give us the ability to take care of Pogo. So if anything, I might take out Iago right now. How much we got? We got 4 ink still. Use the 3 to use launch. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. Whew. And then we're going to take out Iago. And then we'll just go question. Because we know next turn that evasion has kind of become a moot point. And like there's no way that they're going to be able to do anything. Unless they take out, unless they have a, they only have 4 ink too. They'd have to have a, be prepared. And they only have 4 ink, so that's not going to get them there. Let's see what they do. Apparently nothing. Oh, okay, there we go. They played Mother Knows Best. They sang Mother Knows Best, which is strange. Okay, they returned. I think this must be a new player. I think there's going to be a lot of new players in this, but they just returned Happy to my hand. So, yeah, we'll just quest for the win here. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Alright, we are going second again. Let's see. Did we just keep this one and see? Yeah, let's keep this one. I think it'll be fun to just kind of keep all these hands that we get, just to see how they really play out. But so far so good. 1-0. I mean, we played another starter deck, so we'll keep that in mind. Playing up against Blue Ox this time, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, so we're already outside of starter deck territory, so that's a good sign. Let's see, we're going to... What do we want to do? I didn't really think this through. Let's put Snow White in the Inkwell, because as of right now, we're not going to be doing any healing, and we'll get a Popsicle out, get that draw. Okay, and I'm thinking next turn we'll put Dopey into the Inkwell, and then get out Sleepy, I guess. Okay, so this is definitely built deck. So that Donald gets, maybe I'll put it up on the thing, gets +1 lore for every 1 damage it has. Okay, so they used that card for the draw. Alright, let's put Dopey into the Inkwell. And we'll play out Sleepy. And pass. Okay, this is where we're going to see some of the struggles, I think. Ruby can be pretty aggressive. It's Ruby Emerald, so it might be a challenge-focused deck with a lot of combat. So we might just be a little slow in this game. But hopefully our dwarves will make up for in pacing with their bigger willpower, as opposed to like a lot of the characters that come out with only 2 willpower and stuff. Like our 2-drop already has 3, which is more, but then again there's 3-drop for them. Where this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may ready it. She can't quest. Okay, yeah, so this is definitely a combat focused deck that we're going to be playing against here. So what is going to be helpful? Probably the Gumbo Pot, because as of right now all their stuff is only dealing 2. Is Gaston going to be that helpful? Maybe. So let's put Knock as a 4/3, which actually isn't that bad. Let's put Sleepy into the Inkwell because he's going to be a little slow right now. And then I think we just start to build the board. So let's... Yeah, because they're not even questing right now. So let's put out Gumbo Pot. Oops. Oh, it's going out anyway. And a Popsicle. Alright, sweet. And then we'll pass. Okay, so they're going to try and build up. It's not worth it for us to quest right now because we've already seen a boosting card too. So why play right into that? Playing the slow game actually helps us out a lot too, because if we can get the queen out, it's going to allow us to start taking out their characters without losing any of ours, which completely like counters their game plan. We also have, yeah, okay, so that card is, yeah, that's exactly what we're playing against. I actually built one of these decks, so hopefully you'll see it soon too. And getting 4 dozen eggs is actually really nice. So let's put Cruella de Vil into the Inkwell because she's going to be a little too weak for us. And then, do we play Gaston or do we play the Knock? I think we play the Knock to get bigger creatures out there. And I think with that we pass? Yeah, we'll pass for now. So they are also building their board, unfortunately. And right now their board is building a little bit better. If we had Grumpy right now, that would be super helpful. Just to like buff up all of our characters, all of our dwarves. I mean, we only have 2, but... Okay, now we have to discard a card. Okay, they also have a discard sub-theme in here, which is smart. We'll get rid of Dom. So that's going to be a strong sub-theme for them. And they're combat-based. Okay, yep, and we're discarding again. So they're getting Flynn Rider a lot higher. So we'll discard this other Knock. Because he gets -1 for every, -1 lore for every card in our hand. And he has evasion, shoot. Okay, let's play Judy to draw. And we're gonna do this before we play into the Inkwell in case we draw something better to put in there. Grumpy is perfect. Okay, cool. And then we will put Gaston into the inkwell. And now the question is, do we can't even do anything. There's no point in challenging. There might be. They're running really low on cards. It might be time to start questing. Now, we're gonna hold out. I have faith. We're gonna hold out a little bit. They're down to 3 cards in hand. I don't think they're gonna have an insane amount of draw. Okay. It's unfortunate. Well, then it's a good thing in the end that we held on to our cards unless they make us discard this one too. Because we would have lost Grumpy had we sang. But we would have just challenged. I don't think we would have sung anything. Okay, let's see where they go here. Okay, so that's going to be a problem dealing with that evasion. So let's put out Grumpy. And we can add Sneezy to the inkwell, but that's not going to be super helpful for us right now. So let's start questing, honestly. We're going to start questing here. And catch right back up in lore. Because they only got the one. I'm assuming they're holding on to like combat tricks to kind of take stuff out. But like at this point, all of our stuff is also going to take out theirs except for Judy. So I'm not worried about the combat right now. Okay, well there's Belle. That's not good. What is this? Whenever you play Floodborne, you have to discard. Okay, that's annoying. Whenever this character is challenged, you discard your whole hand. Well, that's not a big deal. Our hand's empty. So that's gonna play out perfectly for us. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Why wouldn't you use her so you could ready her? You should have. So here's what I would have done in that situation. Quested with her. No, you can't quest with her. Readied her. And then just challenged another one and just got some extra damage in there. But then again, we would have probably just healed. There's also that. Okay, so we can. This heals 1 damage from 2 characters. This heals 2 damage. Alright, let's just play the knock and quest. We're gonna have to quest because we're falling a little bit behind here. And then pass. And see what they do. We're gonna call this Ruby Emerald Challenge deck. Alright, and they got another Flynn Rider, so that's not great for us. Alright, we're back. Let's see, we are gonna lose. It's the point that we've gotten to now, unfortunately. So let's just go out swinging. Let's take out their Belle. Discard that card anyway. Yeah, this guy. Take out this one. And quest for 1. And then use our gumbo pot to remove a damage here and a damage there. So at least we can see then what our deck can do afterwards. Alright, then they're gonna quest for the win right there. Why does it still say -1? They shouldn't have minus anything. Alright, and so we'll take the loss there and go on to the next game. Alright, this is our first time going first, which is exciting. I've wanted to get Hiram this whole time. So we're going to keep him in our hand. We're going to get rid of launch and call it good. Okay, we'll put Dopey in and then we'll draw. Hiram was, in the little bit of playtesting I've done, has been like an insane overperformer. So I'm excited to see, like, kind of show off the way that he works. Hopefully it works the way that I think he does. So next turn we'll put Phil, I think, into the inkwell. I totally missed what they put into their inkwell. Okay, so Phil's gonna go in. I'm kind of tempted. No, we'll do Dopey this turn, since we know we're not gonna have to worry about him. And then next turn we'll put an owl into the inkwell, and then we'll play either Sneezy and Owl or Gumbo Pot and Owl. I'm kind of tempted to not even play out one of those owls and just get a bunch, like get both items out. Well, I want to get the items out for sure with Hiram coming in, but I need to make sure I can get to 4 too. It'll depend on our draw, so we'll see what we get in the draw to see what we play. So maybe we're playing a mirror match here. Okay, I'm gonna put Snow White into the Inkwell, and then we'll go with the plan that I had before. So we'll play Gumbo Pot, and then we'll play an Owl, and then we'll quest with Sleepy and pass. Alright, let's see what they play. Alright, Grammatala. So this isn't the same deck, so that's a mix-up, not a mix-up, a change already. So they got, are they ramping into Ruby or something, I think? I think that's what we're seeing right now. Okay, so we'll put Owl into the Inkwell and get Hiram out. Is it when he enters play? When you play this character and when he quests. Okay, awesome. We're gonna do that. We're gonna get rid of this Popsicle. Then we'll draw 2. And then we'll quest. And we'll quest. And pass the turn. So I'm assuming they're gonna use their Grammatala to attack one of ours. Which is totally fine. Because Gumbo Pot will just heal that 1 damage that Grammatala deals. I mean, they'll get to ramp a little bit, but as of right now, I'm not worried. Okay, so it's an items focus, I assume. Yeah, okay, so they're ramping again, using Grammatala to ramp instead of combat, which is fine. Okay, yeah, so they're definitely doing items as well. I actually have an item deck built, so I'll release that shortly. I just gotta get caught up on all the decks that I've built so far. Some of them are definitely gonna be better than others, but I think overall they're gonna be fun, hopefully. We'll see. Alright, Gaston. Not super into playing Gaston, so we'll just put him into the Inkwell. Then what are we at? We're at 5. Nothing adds up well here. Okay, so we'll play Sneezy Select. We'll give her -1. We'll ramp you, buddy. No, we won't. That's not true, actually. We'll just give you -1. Okay, and then we're just gonna quest. We're gonna quest here. Select. We'll get rid of the Gumbo Pot. Okay, cool. Well, now I wish I would have held on. Okay, so there's a sequencing thing for us. We could have played another character. Could have played Belle if we had sequenced that better. Also, I was really tempted to take out Grammatala, but right now they're a little behind in lore. Not just a little, they're pretty behind in lore. And getting Grumpy out, all of our dwarves, we'll have, what, 4 dwarves out that are going to be boosted in strength. So that'll be a really nice thing to have. If anything, too, we'll get another Gumbo Pot at some point. And right now it's looking like we're going to put Judy. They're going to take someone out. They're going to deal 2 and deal 2 to Owl. Okay, that's fine. And they get to ramp again. So, what I was saying, let's see. Judy into the Inkwell gets us at 6. So if we draw into a 2 ink item, that would be really cool. So then we can play 2 cards. Let it go into the Inkwell. I mean, they are ramping up. I don't think they have 6 available, do they? Doesn't feel right. No, I guess they did. And then we get Gaston. So let's see what they get. I mean, we're questing for how much next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're up to 14. Cruella is the 2-drop that we wanted. So we'll put Judy into the Inkwell. And we'll get out Grumpy. Honestly, we can take him out too. That's not a bad deal. So yeah, we'll just... How much do we need? 6? And how much do we have? 3. Shoot. Yeah, so it's not gonna work. Okay, so we'll just take them out. And then we'll quest. Get us to 10 and pass. So now their draw engine's gonna be off. I mean, granted, they're already up to 7 ink, so that might be a little too far for us anyway. But hopefully next turn we'll be able to get going. They're gonna take out one of ours. I would assume Sleepy. Oh, they're up to 8. They're not playing their Let It Go, so they're not worried about us right now, which is semi-insulting. But maybe they know that we're playing the starter deck. They got another Popsicle. Are they gonna try and start taking out our characters, or are they going to try and build up lore? Yeah, they're building up lore. I mean, questing for 3 is certainly solid. They're gonna get 6 with just these 2 characters. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, we're gonna start by playing the Popsicle, see what we draw into. Because this is whenever it quests, right? Whenever she quests, yeah. Okay, then we're gonna quest here. So we can get rid of this, draw 2 more. Okay, getting launch is actually really good. So we can put... Yeah, we're gonna put the knock into the Inkwell. And then we're gonna be able to play Christopher Robin. And then we're gonna quest out. Or do we take out Cruella with these 2? Maybe. We use Cruella to take out... Nah. We're just gonna really secure the win here. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna do it for us. Because I don't think they have any way to get rid of enough characters. So, I think we got it. Against whatever sort of ramp this is. Not 100% sure. Ruby. Oh, nope. They do have it. Just kidding. That's pretty solid. They drew exactly what they needed. And now do they have a 2 ink play? And a Grammatala? I mean, we're so close. So the question is, do they have another one? Do we need to hold on to something? So I think we play out these 2 and act like that's it. I mean, that's all we can play anyway. But if we play out those 2 and then see what they do. If they play another Be Prepared, that would be unfortunate. Okay, now we have to sacrifice one of ours. I mean, they're still a ways off, though. They still need another 10. They don't have enough for a Dragon's Fire. They need 5. I'm happy I did all the questing there instead of trying to challenge one of their Gastons. I'm sure they have another Be Prepared in their hand too, so we're just gonna have to wait to see if we can get that out first. Or should she quest for 2, quest for 1? Okay, so they're ramping more and slowly dealing damage. Do they have another one? Doesn't really matter. They only have 1 ink. Maybe not 1 ink. I like this deck. I think the item deck I built was not. We're just gonna go for it. We gotta go for it. The item deck I built was not ruby. I think I did steel. I can't remember. Maybe I did amethyst. Who knows? Okay, you're gonna see the deck soon anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see what they got. Are they gonna have to quest out and then... Because we have the win right now again. Okay, so that's not a good sign. That is unfortunate. I don't know if we can come back from this one. Unfortunately, we're falling a little behind here. It really depends on our draw. And then if they have another teeth in something. I forget what it's called. The 2 ink song. Okay. So that's something. We'll just quest for our 1. Pass. Hope for the best here. Okay, so they're taking that one out. Do they have another Maleficent? Or Dragon's Fire? There's another Maleficent. Okay. So maybe there was something to holding on and not questing there. That's probably what I should have done. Hold out like as many turns as I can. That draw engine though with Hiram. So I wanted to show it off in my deck how powerful Hiram can be, but it turns out that the other player is going to be able to do it. And they are 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so they got the win already. We'll finish out the game maybe. Yeah, no. We'll call that a good game. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Alright. Game 4. What do we got? Queen, gumbo pot, 4 dozen eggs. Bell. Not really any items. Alright, game 4? 4 now. Yeah, game 4. Let's see what we got here. What do we want to get rid of? I don't know. Let's keep it. Let's see what we get. We're going second, so we'll get our draw and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so Stitch, Surfer Stitch into the Inkwell and a Queen down. I think we're running into a, what it seems like to me is a Turbo Stitch deck. Let's just match them. Whoa, 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 what? Okay. Is a Turbo Stitch deck, so they're gonna try and presumably get Stitch Rockstar out and then play a bunch of stuff, draw into a bunch of stuff. And just get a lot of good things. Draw in this game so far is the way to go if you can. Maybe not. Support is not an often thing used, so looking at Amber Sapphire. Could be a whole bunch of things at this point, honestly. Alright, we got the Queen too, which is cool for our shifting. So we can shift her technically this turn and then take out her. We're gonna put Sneezy in there. Or Sleepy. And then we're gonna shift the Queen. Turn 2 shift, which is pretty awesome. And then we'll just quest. Or do we give her... Let's actually sing this with her. So that's going to protect her. For a turn. I don't know if that was necessary, but right now I'm feeling like she is going to get targeted right away. So also having someone who can sing for 4 on turn 2 is up to that same level as Cinderella singing for 3 on turn 2. Oh, so this might be even better, but this is a very specific thing you gotta kind of run into. Oh, they could use their support there, dealt 2 damage. Missed out, potentially. Okay, let's put the crossbow into the Inkwell. Let's get out Bell. I'm being honest, don't know what the point of me giving her resist was. So go ahead in the comments, destroy me for that, because that was a semi-pointless act. So we'll just quest for 2 and we'll pass. We'll let them spend their whole turn trying to deal with her if they want. Taking out 2 of their characters for, I guess technically 2 of mine, but it was definitely pointless to use that song. But that, we're not going to worry about that right now. This is a starter deck and we're having fun. Maybe. Potentially having fun. Stupid trash cans in the way. Okay. Potentially having fun. Excuse me. Oh. So that would be the way to go then. That's where the support's going to come in handy. Who are they going to put it on? On Mickey. That's fine. Take out the queen. I don't even care. So if we lose this one, it's going to come down to whatever poor play we're going to call that last thing. Adding resist and singing it for no reason. Maybe it would have made sense if I was like challenging at that point, but I was not. So now we're just down in ink and card and the queen. Okay, let's get our draw first. I could have quested with her too and gotten a cheaper draw. Oh man, this is how not to play right now. I'm giving you an example on some ways not to play the game. Okay, we're gonna put 4 dozen eggs in there. We're gonna make this work in our favor. Then we're gonna quest with Belle. It's gonna make our gumbo pot cheaper. Then we can play. It doesn't even matter. Gumbo pot and have 2 for nothing. Huh. So I could have quested first with her, played Popsicle for free, and then done who knows what else. Nothing else, really. So they're just playing, I don't even know what this deck is. A hodgepodge, Amber Sapphire, good stuff kind of deck. I mean, we're kind of in it right now, sort of. If we drew a Hiram, that would be really awesome. Are they trying to do a princess deck? I feel like they should have had more princesses. There's some low drop princesses to put in there, like Cinderella and stuff. So maybe that's what they're going for. Okay, we're just gonna put him in there for now. We'll put and then we might as well quest. At this point, I think we already lost the game for ourselves. And next turn, if we don't draw anything to ink, we'll still be able to play Christopher Robin with Doc's ability. But I think we're just falling a little far behind, especially with Moana being out. Unless they're not going to quest with Moana. To request to ready Aurora and double quest. I mean, that's fine. I guess having Rapunzel makes it easier. That makes sense. Never mind. That makes some sense. So kind of a princess themed deck. A princess slash other good things. They're gonna take this game away for us. Yeah, we can't. I don't think we can come back from this. So, a couple of misplays on that one, for sure, and yeah, just misplays and overperform. I mean, they have a lot of good stuff in this deck, like the Rapunzel, Moana, the Stitches that they got rid of. It's all really good stuff. Let's just see what we would draw. Nothing, really. So, okay, yeah, we'll call it. And call it chalk it up, I guess, to some poor play. Okay, so overall we went 1-3, which is kind of what I expected for a starter deck. The only game we actually won was against another starter deck, so maybe that shows that this is one of the more powerful ones. Granted, it was the Ruby Emerald from the last set, so who knows how good that is. Ways to improve this deck: certainly dip a little deeper into the item themes. So there's some, like the Cruella de Vil you don't really need. The Judy Hopps feels like it's kind of just a filler card. And then if you can get more Hyrams, awesome card to have in there. And maybe get rid of your dopies in favor of some of the better dwarves. Those should be a little bit of cheaper ways to build it up. If you're going for a full item build, I'll put out a deck for that soon. Overall, it's a fun deck to play. It has some fun sub-themes. The Popsicles worked really well. Hiram was a super overperformer. Gaston is fun. The Queen came out early. Had I not misplayed so hard in the last game with her, I think she would have been a powerful card. So overall, pretty fun. Adding in more Hirams, more focus on the items, not as much dopey, maybe another Queen, I think can make the deck a little bit more competitive for sure. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave any comments with any questions or any decks that you want to see us do next.